Hey guys, this is Janine with Pathfinder's Downsizing Solutions, and I'm going to talk some more about Project GoodWorks. I've got another partner with us, and he is a partner with a nonprofit, and it's called Operation Lend a Hand. If you can hear my dog barking in the back, it's because he wants in, and I'm not going to let him in. But I am going to introduce you to Jim Salgado. He is an awesome guy in the community. So Jim, tell me, what is Operation Lend a Hand? What do y'all do?
Well, our job is to go into the community and see if we can find individuals that need help around their homes. Those particular types of individuals are individuals, say, in a deed restricted community. Their homes have deed restriction violations and or possibly code violations. And what we do is go in there and try to find out if there's a way we can help them rather than send a threatening letter from an attorney. And when we can ascertain what it is that they have need done, we then bring that need to our corporate sponsor, and we brainstorm a little bit.
Oh, thinking outside the box. Okay, that's cool. So you're looking for unique solutions for what their problems are, something that doesn't land them in a heap of code violations and fines and all that. Cool.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because we realize today with the COVID-19 that's going, a lot of people are out of work, money's tight, and corporate companies right now are still sitting on a lot of money. Look at the stock market, you'll know it. And if you can bring to their attention something that will bring them positive, feedback in the community, oftentimes you're going to find, whether it's a restaurant, whether it's a big box store, whatever the company it is, they like getting their name out there in a positive sense. So what we do, obviously, is going to be free of charge. We're not looking to make any money off it. We're just trying to do is build a sense of community through bringing corporate sponsors and volunteers together to help somebody in need.
Whoa, okay, what are you saying? You said that it's free? Back up. Okay, how? That's too good to be true. Who are your sponsors?
Well, our sponsors, man, we use right now, our corporate sponsor is going to be Home Depot out here in Northdale. It's this is a first-time project that no one else does to our knowledge. It's something that we together, myself and the manager at the Home Depot in Northdale, Brian Gerard, came up with a program. We looked at it, looked at the viability of it, and it actually runs in line with the corporate values of Home Depot. They like to get involved in the community it builds great relations. And when we can leverage that type of information out to the general public, then we are going to probably have a lot more jobs than we have right now when they really understand what we do and how we do it.
That's awesome. Anybody else besides Home Depot? I mean, there's big guns, but.
Yes, that's a great question. Thank you for asking that too. You know, when our volunteers come out to work, they're hungry. They need to be hydrated. You know, all of those things are supported by the community. We have a handful of restaurants out here like Beef O'Brady's, Jersey Mike's, and so on. I mean, I would imagine I've got 5 to 6 of them. All the corporate sponsorships comes from them. So the meals come out, they're delivered, they're free. We've not had to pay any of that.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. You're smart. You're a smart cookie, Jim. Way to think of that. That's awesome.
I don't know if I'd go that far. I've just been lucky because, you know, when I bring a vision to somebody and I show them how it can we can put this together and make it work. I try to make it stupid proof. It's a simple thing. Look, does somebody need help? Is somebody hungry? Let's take care of it. It's not that hard. Just bring it to the attention of somebody who really has a heart and wants to hear and is really, ready, willing, and able to help. And it works.
That's so cool. And it's just in the Northdale area.
Right now, we're doing it in the Northdale area. We've gone to other communities to help other individuals, trying to get us started. Our very first one took place in Country Place off Ehrlich Road. And that one we brought in, we were lucky enough to see 36 volunteers through the entire community come out and help out. In fact, some of our board members here from Northdale responded to that location, and it was beautiful. The amount of people working, everything they did, they dug a French drain, they put ground cover and then mulch in the whole front yard. I can go on. In fact, Bay News 9 even showed up and did a live feed for 3 hours. Fantastic.
Oh, that's super cool. Very good. Excellent. Well, okay, so how does it all rope in together with Project GoodWorks? How?
Well, you meet all kinds of individuals in these communities. Our community out here in Northdale is now 40 years old. So there's quite a few senior citizens still living out here that bought in this community back in 79 and 80. These individuals are beginning to move on and going to other places to live. I come across some of these individuals in what I do. Folks that are having a tough time financially, they're just not resourced to take care of their home anymore. In fact, I just came across a lady who's 78 years old who's got COPD. She can barely walk, barely talk. She's very tired. In fact, one of her questions is, I don't know what I'm going to do with my home because I have no family. I don't know who I can trust. And my first thought was, look, we're not here to take your money. We're not here to take your house. We're here to help you to get to that next stage. And when I see situations like this, I have no experience in elder care or whatever else that may be transpiring. What I know is taking care of the home for the individual, bringing in volunteers, doing community service. So at that point, I back up a little bit and I'll find somebody who has that experience and I'll connect those together. And in the case of Pathfinder's Downsizing Solutions and Lend a Hand, we then can be that connective tissue, that conduit, because I have an individual that has a need to possibly move on. How can we help them do that as painlessly as possible? And the way to do that is to have a professional always in the business who knows what they're doing, and they've done it before.
That's awesome. See, so sometimes it's not necessarily about our clients. When we're downsizing them, a lot of times they don't necessarily have to take everything that they have with them, or they don't want to. Their kids don't want all this stuff. And so we're often finding solutions for the things that are extra and what to do with them, and that find a way to let it bless somebody else and give it a new life. But in the case of Operation Lend a Hand, sometimes it's the exact reverse. We might be able to help you guys find the resources that you need because of all of our connections, and to work it the other way around. So sometimes the merry-go-round goes clockwise, and sometimes the merry-go-round goes counterclockwise. But it's all good. It's all community. Awesome.
Well, it works, and we've already seen 6 different community service events in the last couple of years. It takes a while to organize something like this because you're talking, when we do them, we started out, our very first one was 36. We climbed to our 5th one, and we had 76 volunteers. I ran out of food. I had to make a quick call to Beef O'Brady's, to Kurt over there, the manager, and he immediately went to work and took care of us. We had food and drink delivered within an hour. Made it kind of close because, we come out and we generally start about 8 in the morning and complete no later than 12 o'clock. So that we're not infringing upon any of their neighbors, because when you respond with all these people, you have a lot of cars and you tend to clog up the street. So we're trying to be mindful of that, and as well the time on the recipient. We want to get away, let them enjoy that time as well. Get in, get out.
Awesome. So do you have a website, a Facebook page, anywhere that, hey, say somebody just feels inclined to scratch you a big fat check? How can they do that?
Well, I appreciate that. I really do. Unfortunately, I don't have a website or a Facebook page at this point. I want to make sure that I'm totally incorporated the right way first. If folks feel so inclined that they want to help out, I'm always excited to hear that. What I really need are volunteers. And if the folks really want to help out, what I would then do is I would lean on them as a corporate sponsor and give them the invoice of what we're doing, the projections of all the costs, the materials, and then certainly we can put our heads together with Home Depot and we can expand this a lot more. At present, Home Depot is resourced to do one home per quarter, and the amount of money varies depending upon the status of the individual. Right now, their corporate in Atlanta has designated a larger share of money for military and first responders, but not so much for other situations. And in my discussions with Home Depot here, they're beginning to open that aperture a little bit more. We're starting to see more cash flow coming in, and they're doing more work, but they're also leveraging their vendors. For example, Glidden, we just did a paint your heart out job for a single man, 77 years old, major medical issues. He lives, by himself, and this home, it needed some work. And I'll tell you, the amount of people that came out to offer their help. Home Depot provided all the brushes and the rollers and the trays and the pans, and Glidden donated some very good paint. And I'll tell you, the home looked beautiful. It was nice at the end of the day because we put it out on Facebook.
Super. That is awesome. Thanks for sharing your time with me today. I'm digging this. This is so cool. Project Good Works, Pathfinders, lend a hand. It's so cool. It's just neat. COVID is crazy, but look what COVID's bringing together. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's working. It's working. It's out there. You just got to believe.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, Jim. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate the time to talk about what we do.
Thanks.